Vasistha's once again describing how all this apparent diversity exists within the one infinite consciousness. Vasistha continued, "This incidental manifestation of the power of the infinite consciousness appears as the millions of species of beings in this universe." It's an incidental manifestation. It just happened to occur. And I think this might cause a problem for some people, because we like to look for meaning. We like to look for purpose and for reason. This is how our mind works. It projects structure onto things. And the idea that something as extraordinary as the phenomenal universe can just happen for no intrinsic meaning, or as the Yoga Vasistha puts it often enough, as it's just a coincidence, it just happened to arise. We can't really ascribe any meaning to it. Well, we can, but it's always a bit unsatisfactory, I think. So here we've got a story of the beings that arise, and here we've got a structure being imposed on the everything that's happening. So let's get on with this story. These countless beings are caught up in their own mental conditioning. They are found in every country and in every place in the universe, and they are in every conceivable kind of situation. Some of them are part of the new creation in this epoch, others are more ancient. Some have incarnated just a couple of times. Others have had countless incarnations. Some are liberated, others are sunk in dreadful suffering. Some are celestials, some are demigods, and others are the deities presiding over this manifest universe. Some others are demons, others are goblins. Some are members of the four castes of human beings, and others are members of primitive uncivilized tribes. Some of them are in the form of herbs and grass, others appear as roots, fruits and leaves. Some are in the form of creepers, and some are living as flowers. Some are the kings and their ministers, clad in royal robes. Others are clad in rags and bark of trees, either because they are anchorites or they are beggars. Some are snakes and others are insects. Others are animals like lions, tigers, etc. Some are birds. Others are elephants and donkeys. Some are prosperous. Others are in adverse circumstances. Some are in heaven. Others are in hell. Some are in the region of the stars. Others are in holes of dying trees. Some live amongst liberated sages. Others are already liberated sages who have risen above body consciousness. Some are endowed with enlightened intelligence. Some are extremely dull. O Rama, just as in this universe there are countless beings of various species, in other universes too there are similar beings, with different bodies suited to those universes. But all of them are bound by their own mental conditioning. These beings roam this universe, sometimes uplifted, sometimes degraded, and death plays with them as with a ball. Bound to their own countless desires and attachments, and limited by their own mental conditioning, they migrate from one body to another. They will continue to do so till they perceive the truth concerning their own self, which is infinite consciousness. After attaining this self-knowledge, they are liberated from delusion, and they do not return to this plane of birth and death anymore. However, and this is a great thing about the Yoga Vasistha, there's always a however. Vasistha continued, however, all this creation takes place only as in a dream. This creation is not real. It merely appears to be so. He who has eradicated ignorance totally, and in whom every form of conditioning has ceased, is a liberated sage. That might seem like a tough order. Eradicate ignorance and be free from every form of conditioning. You know, when are we ever going to be in that situation, you might wonder. Well, you can be free. You can be free. You can be in that situation right now. You can be free of ignorance and free of conditioning right now. But it often kicks in. This is the ongoing effort. You can step away from all your conditioning, from all your habits and habitual behaviour, if you get in touch with your underlying awareness. That's liberation. But you have to keep coming back to it, and that's the effort. Though he seems to be aware of this dream known as world appearance, in reality he does not see it as the world. In other words, there's awareness of what's going on without being caught up in it. This world appearance is naturally conceived of in all the jivas at all times, till the jiva attains liberation. In every jiva, therefore, the body exists potentially, not in all its physical substantiality, but as a thought and as an intention. In other words, as a notion. The body is only a notion. We can speak of it as a real thing in conventional terms, but there's no evidence. There's no direct evidence of a body. There are experiences going on, and from these experiences we infer the existence of something called a body. But that's an inference. An inference is something which is removed from the actual experiencing that is going on now. There's a bundle of sensations going on, we could say, or a bundle of experiencing, and from that we group certain of these things together and we attach a name to them, and the names of one of these groups of experiencings is the body. It's a notion.